happened, a few examples of some miracles, were we were going into a mosque one day. Mosque is one thing you never enter out there unless you're taking fire from it. As we were going in, I didn't notice it, but it was myself and every time you go out in a patrol, you have an Iraqi interpreter with you. We wanted to get some water, so we went in there. This is during the whole battle for the checkpoint. And while in there, I come back out, and my guys were asking me if I was all right. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, why? And they pointed up to this window that was like a foot above my head, and there were these 2 bullet holes in this glass everywhere. It was the same sniper that had been picking off the Iraqi soldiers who had manned the checkpoint. So I'm like, okay, close call, good deal. Happened again 2 days later. We pull up to the checkpoint. We're told to get in the building because there was the enemy had zeroed in on the position. They were launching their second biggest attack on that checkpoint because in the past it only had taken them 1 day to sweep through the checkpoint, gain control, move on. When we got to that checkpoint that day, everything started breaking loose. All confusion, corruption, just utter hell. Because the corruption, I say, is because when we were fighting that day, a lot of the men strictly remember seeing Iraqi forces turning and shooting at us and other guys on the ground. A lot of them were being paid off to do that, and that was very common. The more I investigated on that and asked the higher command, they said that had been going on for a long time, but it was kind of really the first time anybody had brought up the point about it. So as we were sitting on this rooftop and in this building shooting in pretty much every direction and just cracking every joke you could imagine possible, just to keep everybody laughing, rocket-propelled grenades started coming in. What a rocket-propelled grenade is this big cone loaded with explosives. The old versions, when shot, would fire out and they'd do something erratic, just go in a zigzag motion, they would land, wouldn't explode. The new versions, however, could go through a tank, what we call the RPG-29. These things were hitting the building, and they were hitting so close to this balcony we were on that not one man sustained injuries that day. And as the fighting continued, we eventually pushed the insurgency back into Sadr City. And so, days later, after this battle, we took the first casualties, obviously, and from the roadside bomb. And then we began to build this wall. And this is best explained by Brian Gumbel. He usually, I always hear often that the news or the media doesn't put out what's going on over there. And a lot of times it's true. That he did a really good job, and this is just something that'll give you a brief explanation of the entire mission. As you watch this video, this is about halfway through our whole project of walling off the city. By the way, the building that you see on fire at the end is my little handiwork. I'm so proud of it.
Troops on a mission in one of the poorest and most dangerous anti-American areas in all of Baghdad. They're trying to build a massive concrete wall to partition an area of over 2 million people, the Shiite-controlled Sadr City area. It's designed to keep insurgents from attacking what's supposed to be the secure green zone. And as our chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel reports for us tonight, it's slow going and it's high risk.
Charlie Company has what sounds like a simple mission: to build a wall of concrete slabs across Sadr City to pen in radical Shiite militias. But after just 2 minutes on the site, they're ambushed. We can hear incoming rounds hit the cement next to us. Snipers seem to be in every building. The Bradleys lay down so much cover fire, cannon smoke fills the air. Urban war, where the threat is up close. Captain A.J. Boys sees a sniper less than 100 yards away.
Roger. Looking for dismounted personnel.
The soldiers shoot so much, they soon have to call in more ammunition.
Have you seen anything like this? No, I have not personally seen anything like this.
On a good day, the soldiers put up 100 slabs. When the fighting is heavy, only 8. The worst job, exposed, climbing a ladder to unhook the slabs from a crane. It's a test of wills on both sides.
Insurgents can literally go to lunch, come back, and we've only moved about 30 meters.
Almost 15% of Charlie Company has been injured here. 2 were killed last month.
The soldiers have now been here about 5 hours. The building where they thought the sniper was hiding is now on fire. They're going to stay here throughout the night.
On this night, Charlie Company's wall only advanced about 80 yards. And after a month of work and battles, the wall is still only halfway through Sadr.
Alright, it's hard to see this here, but this is our little, hey, we're here. We were given, every unit that deploys, you're given some kind of cool guy name. I've never really understood it. It's supposed to bring camaraderie and all that stuff. But we were called like the Outlaws. I'm like, alright, Outlaws is cool. You know, you can make something of that. Wear some do-rags or whatever. But somebody came down the line and said, you're going to be the Beavers. I was like, what? And so, Beavers, alright. So we took this and we ran with it, man. The Oregon Beavers started sending us flags, and we were like, I come back one day. Yeah, knock off the, alright. So, we built this wall, and I came back, I was like, you know what we did today? And my commander's like, what? I was like, the Beavers built a dam between us and terrorism. And they're like, shut up. So, put this whole spray painted the beaver dam on it, and like, if you ever see the movie, was it Red Dawn, they go around with Wolverines and all that stuff? Well, as we go through the city, we're all spraying the beavers. So later they're like, you know, it's like, who are these beavers? We're like, don't want to know us. So. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, that was one thing you always had to do was, you had to keep the humor going at all times, man, because once you lose the humor, it doesn't matter. You lose the momentum, and